The RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League is on the air. RobertsTechJobs.com, proud sponsor of the Indy Speedway League, is your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are in the Midwest or looking to relocate and are an IT professional, go to RobertsTechJobs.com, take a look and see what they have, and let Bill know that the ISL sent you. This broadcast also being brought to you by Mr. Terry Adams and Hanover Fist Racing, proudly sponsored by Disabled American Veterans. Disabled American Veterans, an all-volunteer fleet of non-critical medical transport for our disabled veterans to make sure that they can get the medical treatment that they need. For more information, go to dav.org. This broadcast also being brought to you by David Llewellyn with DHL Express, Mr. Robert Lacavara and Convergent Composites, Mr. Hoot Baker, and Motorsports Graphic Designs. For all your in-sim graphical needs, you got something going through your head, you want to see it on your race car, give Tyler Graff a call. Motorsports Graphic Designs. Ladies and gentlemen, you are proudly watching the third gem in the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge. Isaiah Dupree with a giant target on his back tonight after winning Watkins Glen in the DW12s, winning the first round at Indy in the DW12s, and now it all comes down to this. Dover International Speedway in Dover, Delaware, the Monster Mile. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you, joined by Mr. Gary Bauer and Mr. Justin Sparks. How the hell are you, gentlemen?
That's my middle name. That's probably why it's throwing you off.
I know. I just decided I was going to F with you. Forrest Sparks joining us tonight. Forrest taking the night off. Gary taking the night off. Going to do a quick rundown of the points as we currently see them, because this is the final round of the regular season here in the DW12s. Locked in currently on wins: Isaiah Dupree, Tyler Graff, Mike Whitaker, Cody Eldred, Dominic Byrne, and he is here tonight. Should he just take the green flag, Jacob Gordon will have enough starts to have qualified with the one win that he has on the season. Locked in on points: Johnny Antonucci, Gary Bauer, David Llewellyn, and Alex Green. Now, Gary, explain to us what's going on with you right now. You had to go out of town, so you're withdrawing from the chase, if I'm not mistaken. Correct, sir?
7:36.
Gary?
Tony, for some reason, Tony, the broadcast isn't coming up online.
Just went online, sir.
Okay.
I'm showing it up right now. Now, Gary,
Okay.
you've had to go out of town, so you're relinquishing your locked-in spot in the chase. Correct. Okay. So that now opens the door a little bit more open. So that leaves Johnny Antonucci locked in, David Llewellyn locked in, Alex Green locked in. Terry Adams just has to take the green, and he's locked in. Bob Lacavara safely in, has to have a decent finish. Jay Anderson relatively safely in, and that moves Mark Vega onto the bubble.
You want me to give you the full rundown?
So with Vega being on the bubble, Joe Morganti is in a must-win situation. He is the last driver that currently has enough starts to be able to pull this feat off. So, the back against the wall for Morganti, he has to win to get in. So, definitely someone to keep an eye on. As we go to qualifying right now, some drivers starting to make their way out onto the track. Dylan Lucas throwing down an early quick time, 18.166. Isaiah, Mr. EOL himself, Dupree, with the target on his back, so currently sitting second quick. Jake Gordon bumps him, a couple of teammates right there.
Isaiah just moved up.
And Isaiah just went quick time 18:08.2 on a 1 mile track. Do you realize how just quick that is? Good grief. Unofficial track record currently for Dupree. So
I imagine we're going to have a pretty good battle shaping up tonight between Joe and our buddy Mark.
I dare say so, because Mark definitely wants to, get in on a win. He doesn't want to have to just point his way in, which right now he is.
No, he's not actually.
No, actually he is. He is the last car in on points with Gary withdrawing.
I already had calculated with Gary withdrawing, and actually Jay was the first one out. But with Dom having to sit out, that bumps Jay in, and Mark and Joe both have to win to get in because they're too far out on points. Isaiah, Tyler, Michael, Cody,
I stand corrected.
KP, and Jake, if he makes it. That might be what's messing you up is Jake.
I did miscount it. I did miscount it. I apologize, Jake. I screwed up.
Johnny doesn't even have to start.
I also don't have Kevin Paskowitz listed there.
Yeah.
So Paskowitz in with a win as well. So yes, that does mean that your battle right now is between Bob Lacavara, who's on the bubble, Jay Anderson, who is
now the first one in because of Dom having to back out.
Now the first one in with Gary and Dom being out. So that means the battle is between Lacavara, Anderson, Vega, and Morganti. Vega and Morganti having to win to get in, plain and simple. That's the only way that those two gentlemen are getting into this event, is they have to win.
And Lacavara and Anderson are 9 points apart from each other. So if Vega or Morganti wins, that bumps either Lacavara or Anderson out. But Anderson has to beat Lacavara by at least 9 points.
Wait, guys, this is important. Alex just sent me a message, and he's giving Danny permission to run.
Danny
because
who?
He knows that. Danny, whatever his name is.
Danny Lawson. He had asked the page.
I'm going to say no.
No, we can't. We can't let him. There's too much at stake.
The competition committee has already stated that no new drivers will be entering the race. So Danny Lawson will not be driving tonight. Thank you very much, Mr. Alex Green. You have an awesome race, sir. That is as per competition committee meeting just over a month ago, that there were too many people trying to join, and the last thing we needed was more people to screw up the works for those that have battled all season to try to get into this thing. So that being said, Danny Lawson, I do apologize. Have a good race, sir. We'll see you next season. You are welcome to join us Thursday night as the Icebreaker Series goes to Indianapolis Motor Speedway for their season finale. You are welcome to join that one, but you are not here tonight, sir. So, Mr. Race Control, if you want to go ahead and just remove Mr. Lawson from the server to eliminate any possible further issues on that situation. And we are into the driver's meeting, so mute your mics, gentlemen.
I like how I heard Isaiah over your speaker saying, "Don't remind them, Alex." That's hilarious.
Do I remove him from the server or let him watch
Guys,
the race?
after looking at things, why
You
don't
could
we
just
do
DQ him.
For starts and restarts, let's start in second gear. That way we don't have any spinning turns.
When we hit race.
Hold up on that.
Alex, as per the competition committee meeting that we had just over a month ago, it was all agreed that no new drivers were going to be joining the league races until next season. So that being said, yeah, it's not going to happen, bud.
And as owner of the league, I am making an executive call as that Danny is not a new driver. He has ran with us in Season 1. He has been respectful this whole time, and he will be running this race.
Then on your head it be, sir. And I would like to remind you that we are live, so attitudes aside, please.
This is not up for discussion at this point. Thank you, gentlemen. Good luck.
Wow.
All right, so league owner Alex Green being the southbound end of a northbound horse and completely going against everything that the competition committee has tried to put forward. So thank you, Alex, for, yeah. All right. Here
We
go.
got to move on. And I
Here
hope
we
we
go.
all have a very good race.
I hope this doesn't come back to bite anybody in the backside. So, current standings as they sit, as I mute in-game chatter yet again. "13 cars taking time."
I just want to point out Brad Truex is actually saying he's going to sit out, which I assume is after that whole conversation.
Oh no, that's good on Brad. We had a conversation we had a conversation with Brad earlier. So yeah, Isaiah Dupree, Dylan Lucas going to be row number 1. Jake Gordon and Johnny Antonucci make up row number 2. Row number 3 is going to go to David Llewellyn and Jay Anderson, who is in a desperate situation. He has to have a really good finish to be able to get himself locked into the chase. Mike Whitaker locked in and Alex Green locked in make up row number 4. Bob Lacavara, who needs a good finish, is joined with Tyler Kraft, who's locked in. That's row number 5. Chris Hamilton and Joe Morganti, who is in a desperate situation to get in, make up row number 6. That puts us to Danny Lawson starting 13th. Mark Vega is going to roll off 14th. And then we go to 14th. Terry Adams 15th. Sam Cooper Bennett 16th. And Kevin Paskowicz going to roll off shotgun on the field. Mark, excuse me, Mark, Dominic, Terry, Sam, and Kevin all not taking time. So that's where we stand currently. As we still have a couple seconds here left before they start to grid it up. Ladies and gentlemen, I would suggest that if you need to use the little driver's room, now would be a good time to do it.
10-4.
Boy, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, that just really baffles me that
I'm all for I'm all for increasing the numbers in the field, but
I hope he has a really clean race and he doesn't take anybody out that's in the contention for the chase, because I mean that, rules are rules and they're there for a reason, and we have to have consistency. And if we all get together and set a rule, it should stand. But
749 I rating. And he's a 373C.
Oh yeah, no, I'm looking at him right now, and he hasn't run with us at all this past season. He ran with us last season. Yeah, he ran with us in the IRO5s. He doesn't have any seat time in this league in our setups in this car. And at this point, Alex, I don't care if you hear this on the stream. That's my feeling on it. He has not had a start this season. I'm looking at the points right now. Danny Lawson has not been with us.
And he straight up told him before the race that he could not race. He could only practice.
So that's where we stand. So,
well, hell, should we let Brad race? He's ran 4 races with us this year.
Might just as well tell Brad to grid up. Screw it. It's a bad night when I just grab a bottle of moonshine and just throttle it.
Okay, so just so y'all know, he did tell me on Facebook that he's a little upset that y'all pointing him out, but not Alan Bowman, who has also not run any races this season.
Alan didn't take time. Danny did.
Well, I mean, he was pointing out letting him race. So.
Alan didn't take time, so I didn't think he was racing.
Brad, go ahead and grid up, buddy.
Yeah, Alan's not good enough.
Yeah, please just be very careful.
All right, so the field's making its way down the back straightaway here at.
Huh? What's on?
Would like to say hi to Miss Betty Lou. Currently, last I knew we were streaming. As the field
It's live. I saw it.
Makes its way
It's
into
open on my computer.
All right.
I'm at Betty Lou's house right now watching this race.
All right, so I'm going to turn the standings off so we can see what the hell's going on. As the field makes its way into turn 3, and Isaiah Dupree rolls into the throttle, gets a hell of a jump, and we are off and running. Good grief.
For the record, Mr. Bowman actually isn't even in the session.
Okay. Well then.
He said he's watching on the broadcast.
All right.
So welcome, Mr. Bowman, to the broadcast. It's a hell of an introduction you got to the league there.
Absolutely. So Isaiah Dupree jumping out to a wicked lead. I'm thinking team orders may have had something to do with it. Jake Gordon stacking the field up behind him. Currently sitting in second. David Llewellyn third. Dylan Lucas fourth. Mike Whitaker, Johnny Antonucci, Alex Green, Tyler Graff, Joe Morganti, and Dominic Byrne rounding out your top 10. Closest battle right now is for fifth as we watch Johnny Antonucci go to the inside of Dylan Lucas and take that spot away. And for some odd reason, Trading Paints has decided to screw the pooch on me tonight, so thank you for that, as Mike Whitaker is somehow in a blue car tonight. Lucas and Antonucci still side by side. That is your battle on the track. That is the closest battle currently. And I stand corrected as that is David Llewellyn closing in on Jake Gordon.
Huh?
Isaiah Dupree.
I have a feeling.
Go ahead, sir.
I have a feeling Jake's going to run a little bit of interference here for his teammate.
I dare say you're right, but they are closing in on him quickly. Running nose to tail like that, that's given Jake a little bit of a push down the straightaways, and as that gap has gone from over a second down to just over a tenth, as Jake now slots in directly behind his teammate Isaiah Dupree.
Well, I think the field's spreading out pretty good. We might have a long green run here. I probably shouldn't say that, huh?
Yeah, that's generally referred to as the announcer's curse. But
at least Layla's not here to bless us with it.
This is true, although we do miss Miss Layla Wilson, unable to make the flight all the way out here to Dover, Delaware this evening. She had some personal matters she had to take care of. And hopefully we will see her Thursday in the Icebreaker Series at Indy. IRO5's taking the week off for week 13. Just going to be doing some recruitment races and some fun runs and some testing races for the upcoming season to see what tracks we can get to work, what tracks are not going to work, to try to fine-tune next season's schedule. And I would like to remind everybody, you are watching the third jewel in the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge. Isaiah Dupree, winner of the first two jewels of that Triple Crown, doing what he has to right now to capture that third jewel. And for those of you unfamiliar with what the Triple Crown Challenge is, league sponsor Bill Roberts decided he was going to put up a cash prize and a awesome looking trophy. I've seen what the trophy looks like, and it's just amazing looking. Almost as awesome as the trophy that the series winner is going to get. But Bill said, let's make the season interesting. You know, he picked 2 tracks, and he wanted Watkins Glen and the first trip to Indianapolis. And then he said, we'll let the competition committee choose the 3rd race. And just because it's such a wild card track, we wanted this track here, Dover. You know, the high bank concrete monster mile, if you will, here in Dover, Delaware. We figured, so you've got a super speedway, a road course, and a mile super speedway that's not really a cookie cutter course to really test the drivers and show that whoever wins this thing is definitely a caliber of driver worthy of winning such a thing. Now, we are currently watching the battle for 1st through 3rd, and if you travel down the standings all the way back to 4th of Dylan Lucas, just from David Llewellyn to Dylan Lucas, 1.67 seconds. So the top 3 have checked out, plain and simple, as they are running nose to tail and just logging laps right now is all they can do. Is we're clicking off, working currently lap 18 of 200. Go ahead, Forrest.
They're pulling away because Dylan Lucas keeps tapping the apron, and he's the lead of that pack, and so he's slowing everybody behind him because he keeps hitting the apron, which slows the car down just a little bit to try and not lose control.
Fair enough.
Yeah, every time I watch as well, he has his left tires down on the apron.
As David Llewellyn looking on the high side, trying to get that high line to work. A little too early, and he doesn't have enough help right now. As we're going to go back and take a look at Mr. Lucas, as he's got Tyler Graff all over his transmission tunnel. A pack of hungry wolves right behind him, as you see Lucas in the white and purple car there.
Yeah, Tyler just told the people behind him to ease up a little. He's trapped behind Dylan.
As Whitaker goes to the high side, gives Graff some room. Now, those two have been way up in the points all dang season long. 1 and 2 almost the entire season. So they've raced a lot around each other. As Graff just goes to the high side, Whitaker going with him. And that is a slingshot power move as both of them just stuff Dylan Lucas back another spot. Alex Green trying to work it. So Graff and Whitaker now pass Lucas. Question is, can they catch that front pack 2.5 seconds up the road?
They are catching them.
Slowly but surely, they are catching them. If you look at live timing scoring, they give a little, they take a little, they give a little, they take a little, they give a little, they take a little. Right now, they're giving a little. If they can get in line, they'll be great. They are currently, though, losing a little bit of time every lap, as that lead has now extended to 2.75 seconds.
Yeah, they're running about a tenth or better per lap faster than that second group.
Yeah, that second group is definitely losing ground, as these guys up front. And
we have a caution.
Let's see who was involved in that little. Wow, Kevin Paskowicz going for a Mr. Toads. So let's back that up and see what took place. As we see the teammates Vega and Paskowicz there going into turn number 3. They got Jay Anderson right behind him. Paskowicz pushes up. Anderson gets underneath him. And I'm thinking the crash happened, and it did. It happened way in front of him. Cooper Bennett looking like he was more involved in that one. So let's
look at Dominic Byrne if you're going to be in the rear chase.
Well, let me get to Dominic. Let's see if I can find Dominic. All right. So Dominic goes onto the apron. Nerfs just catches Sam Cooper Bennett in the Kardashian, and Cooper Bennett is just off to the races. Looks like Bob Lacavara may have been caught up in that one. No, Bob safely able to snake his way through.
Joe Morganti caught up into it. Nowhere to go.
I'm leaning towards Sam on that one.
Well, Dominic was down on the apron.
It looked like a bounding box.
Did they actually? Oh, a bounding box?
Yeah, because bounding box is bigger than the car.
You are correct. That is a heartbreaker for Joe Morganti, having to tow this early in the race. Getting caught up in that one.
If you look at Sam with his wheel, he's actually turning it all the way to the right when he notices he doesn't have clear track behind him.
Right.
But it just wouldn't turn.
Well, let's... So now we're riding along on board with Sam. I'm going to back that up a little bit. And going into 3, you can see him unwind the wheel a couple of times as he realizes there's a car there. And unfortunately, Joe Morganti having nowhere to go. Just good grief. That's, a heartbreaker for Morganti. A lot of good cars caught up in that one, but that is going to, that is going to allow everybody to go down pit road and get some.
What? Yeah, I guess Dominic went down onto the apron, and he shouldn't have gone down there.
Well, that's your call, sir. You are race control. 6-1 F dozen the other is basically a similar situation to what happened to me Thursday, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut on it.
Well, honestly, I would call that a
racing incident.
Yes, because
fair enough.
I think Sam was trying to overcorrect for Dominic being down there.
Fair enough.
And they didn't actually make contact, even though.
Gary, if you're going for consistency with other race controls, from when I'm watching these, when I'm at work on Mondays, the race control seems to be ruling these DW12 incidents like this as a netcode thing, because that's what the bounding box is, and then just leaves it for the committee after the race.
That works.
Review.
All right.
And I would like to remind you there's no EOL given if that's the case.
Guys, we were going to rule that as a racing incident. Dominic went a little bit below onto the apron. Sam was up in the middle of the track, and it looked like a bounding box collision between the two cars where there was actually no contact. So it's a racing incident.
All right, so lights are out on the pace car again. Isaiah Dupree, Jake Gordon, David Llewellyn, Tyler Graff, Mike Whitaker, Dylan Lucas, Dominic Byrne, Alex Green, Mark Vega, and Jay Anderson rounding out your top 10. Now, we saw Jake Gordon chunk the start last time. Let's see if he does it this time. I don't know if that's going to be such a great idea with David Llewellyn starting directly behind the man with the target on his back, Isaiah Dupree.
So Isaiah's blue, Jake's red, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Green flag, green flag.
And a much better start for everyone all the way around, except for David Llewellyn. David shuffled all the way back to 4th on that one. As you see, the 3 young gunners up in front right now, Isaiah, Jake, and Tyler. And then you got 2 of the KG veterans sitting 4th and 5th with David Llewellyn and Mike Whitaker. And tonight's Heartburn brought to you by Salad, Heartburn of Champions. And here we
warping.
That would be Mr. Jake Gordon. So just when we thought he had his connection issues fixed, trying to run blocker for his teammate, Jake is, That's a
Jake,
good.
we're going to have to ask you to pull up and let cars by. You're warping really bad.
He's turned into Rudolph with the blinking nose instead of the constant nose.
Absolutely. As you hear race control, Mr. Gary Bauer giving instructions for Jake to let the cars behind him by, or not. As he just cuts off the nose of Tyler Graff. Good grief.
Jake, you're smoother now, but if you blink again, we're going to ask you to pull up and let the cars by.
All right.
He is smoother right now.
Yes, he is. He hasn't blinked in probably 2 laps, but still he's up to 5 just in that 1 lap period. As Tyler Graff looks low on Jake Gordon. Gordon shuts the doors. They go into 3. That's your battle for second. As you see leader Isaiah Dupree directly behind him. Basically running like a scalded dog right now. Isaiah Dupree trying to hold on as Jake starts to...
And he pulled up.
Yep. Goes to the high line, knows what's going on, lets everybody by. Tyler Graff goes through. Llewellyn goes through. Mike Whitaker going to go through. Looks like Jake's going to slot in behind Whitaker.
I just want to point out that the top 5 right now are all already automatically in the chase.
This is correct.
Which proves why they're in there.
Actually, top 6 are actually in the chase, but Dominic Byrne is going to have to back out due to real-life commitments. He's not going to be able to make it to all the events, so he's going to relinquish his spot.
But at least this time it's a good real-life incident. So
oh yeah, no,
we can rejoice on this one.
And we'll tell everybody what's going on. Dominic got a new job in real life, so good on you, Dom. However, his new schedule is going to require him to have to be in work right about this time. Dom coming to us from the Emerald Isle, so he's going to be having to head into a first shift job right about this time of the day over there. So good on you, Dom. As Whitaker all over the transmission tunnel of David Llewellyn. That's your battle for 4th. Tyler Graff trying to figure out what he's got to do, calculating what he's got to do to get by Isaiah Dupree.
Yellow.
As the yellow comes out for the second time. Looks like Paskowicz involved again. Ouch. As we follow along with Paskowicz here. Okay, so that's Chris Hamilton that was spinning first. There we see Hamilton in the 8. And that's the 59 of Johnny Antonucci behind him. That looked like that transmission tunnel glitch we constantly get, where Chris Hamilton's trans tunnel just got sucked into the bottom of the track as Antonucci got close to him. Didn't see any contact there. Let's go to a chase view and see if that helps any. Going to go to a chase view. You're riding along with Chris Hamilton here. You'll see Johnny Antonucci appear on the left side of the screen momentarily. I dare say I could have walked my fat ass between those 2 cars and we had room to not touch either one of them with me between them. That's the way I saw it. We'll wait for what race control is going to tell us here.
Yeah, there's no contact there. None whatsoever. Just
okay, so bounding box issue again.
It's a bounding box issue again, guys. There was no contact there. Joe made his move to the bottom, and it just sent Brad around.
It was Johnny and Brad. Yeah, Brad. No. Chris Hamilton. Johnny Antonucci, Chris Hamilton.
Johnny Antonucci and Chris Hamilton. It just sent Chris around. There was actually no contact. There was about three feet between the 2 cars.
All right. So David Llewellyn now taking his car pit side, just leading a lap there. That's going to hand the lead back over to Isaiah Dupree.
But in the aftermath, when Hamilton was spinning, part of his left front wing clipped Johnny and sent the car in the air, and then when landing back down, it ended up damaging the right front wing on Johnny's car. And then he spun it going into the corner and caused more damage.
I'm thinking part of that might have to do with Kevin Vasquez having nowhere to go and getting caught up in that one as well.
He's clear right now, Gary. He's good.
Tell him he's clear? I didn't hear what he said.
He was asking if he had any damage. Johnny's car is clear now.
It looks clear now, Johnny.
All right, so Isaiah Dupree, Tyler Graff, Jake Gordon, Mike Whitaker, Dylan Lucas, Dominic Byrne, Alex Green, Jay Anderson, Terry Adams up into the top 10, and Brad Truax rounding out the top 10. As we are working lap 45 of 200. You are watching... Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge from Dover International Speedway. The third jewel in the Triple Crown Challenge, Isaiah Dupree with the target on his back tonight, hoping to collect the prize money from RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader in attempt to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest or looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. So lights are out on the pace car.
Where did David Llewellyn go?
Pit side after everybody else, so he is down in 9th currently.
Now, he's in a must-win situation, correct?
No, he's locked in on points.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, just because he showed up and less than, I think it was like 20-some people showed up. That's in case Mark wins.
Right, Mark Vega must win. Joe Morganti must win. Jay Anderson needs to have a good points finish, and I'm being told Joe Morganti has left the sim.
Green flag.
As no time wasted, Isaiah Dupree just pulls the trigger and jumps out to a half a second lead. Teammate Jake Gordon back in second after having some blinking issues early. He's got Tyler Graff right on his transmission tunnel, though, as those two are trying to reel in Dupree. I can pretty much guarantee you that, Isaiah kind of played blocker for Jake earlier at Iowa when Jake won. Safe bet that Jake's going to return the favor tonight and block everything that he can to make sure that Isaiah gets the third jewel in the Triple Crown Challenge tonight.
Well, I'm watching Jake pretty close. He's blinked a couple of times here, so he seems stable right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, definitely. But I'm just saying he's probably going to be doing everything he can to try to play buffer between Isaiah and right now Tyler and Mike, as the top four are just walking completely away from Dylan Lucas. And we are currently working the halfway lap. Lap 51 of 200, or halfway. I'm so used to 100 lap races. We are 1/4 of the way through this beauty. And
someone's spinning.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, yeah. Sound like a Sam deal.
No, that was unfortunately.
Well,
Unfortunately, that looks like Mr. Terry Adams. He and Sam kind of got together there, a meeting of the minds. You see Terry, you see Sam behind him. Sam's going to get a pull down the back straightaway here, goes to the inside. Sam catches the apron, pushes up, and Terry's upside down and pointed the wrong way.
Yeah.
And missing.
That's definitely on Sam.
And missing body panels.
Terry gave him room, and he hit the apron and took him out.
Yeah, there wasn't contact, but it would have happened if it wasn't for the boundary.
Yeah, that was one of those. It's going to happen no matter what kind of deals.
What number is Sam?
Sam is 6.
He's SCB. I don't know why he did that.
Yes, sir, Sam. That is definitely on you there. You clipped the apron a little bit, and it sent you right up into Terry. Thanks for claiming it.
Yeah, that was an inevitable one.
All right.
Unlike Dom's.
So, cars taking it down pit road again. Mike Whitaker going down pit road. Johnny Antonucci stayed out. I'm sorry. Isaiah Dupree stayed out. Jake Gordon stayed out. Dylan Lucas stayed out. Dominic Byrne stayed out. Alex Green stayed out. Johnny Antonucci stayed out. And everybody from Mike Whitaker back going down pit road. So interesting strategies already starting to play out here.
I am going to go take a step out of the booth for a few minutes.
You do that, sir.
I'm going to step out for 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hi, Betty Lou. I said hi to Betty Lou here.
I would like to point out that I don't have in-game chatter on, so if somebody says something in-game, I'm not going to hear them.
Okay. I'll wait.
I mean, if you have to use a little driver's room, I'll turn it on. But,
No, I'm good. I'll wait.
Okay. So just past halfway, and Isaiah Dupree doing everything he can to try to win the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge. Third round here at, or the third jewel up for grabs here at the Monster Mile, Dover International Speedway. Gary Bauer, Forrest Sparks, and Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you here. As we are also round 20, the final round in the regular season here in the RobertsTechJobs.com DW12 series.
Yeah, it's going to be a very exciting race to the end, I think. And I'm sorry there, Tony. I had to give Sam a ZOL.
Not a problem.
I don't have voice attack here on my laptop, so I have to do everything manually the old-fashioned way.
If I can offer a suggestion to you, just go ahead and bring up the entry list, right-click their name, and
right.
There you go.
That's what I did there.
There you go, sir. But, again, would like to say hi to Miss Betty Lou, one of our regulars watching the stream tonight. As lights are out on the pace car, Isaiah Dupree getting ready to lead him back to the green flag action here. Giant target on his back tonight. Cash money up on the up for grabs. Lovely trophy if he can pull off this feat that was unable to be claimed on Tuesday. And if anybody's running special paint schemes tonight, blame it on Trading Paints, because I've had it up. I've reloaded it a couple of times, and some of y'all are still running the paint schemes that iRacing gave you, and some of y'all are still running the paint schemes from Daytona. As pace car gets ready to duck on off, and Isaiah Dupree rolls back into the trigger. Jake Gordon's going to try to duck in underneath him. He's throwing a block on Dominic Byrne. As Dominic just cuts off Dylan Lucas to try to get in line with these guys, knowing that behind Lucas is not where you want to be, especially with that guy catching the apron just about every other corner. Alex Green and Tyler Graff battling it out. That's your battle for fifth right now. Closest true battle on the track, really. Dupree, Gordon, Byrne, Lucas, Green, Graff, Whitaker, Anderson, Llewellyn, and Antonucci rounding out your top 10. as Dominic Byrne right on Jake Gordon's transmission tunnel. That's your battle for third right now. Byrne looking for a way to get by. Dylan Lucas actually staying with him this time as they're starting to gap Alex Green. Green fading just about half a tenth a lap as he's trying to hold off a very hungry Tyler Graff behind him. So chase implications as they currently sit. Vega currently running in 13th. Jay Anderson, who is your bubble boy, in 7th. Bob Lacavara in 14th, 2 laps down. Vega, the last car currently on the lead lap. Bob Lacavara, first car not on the lead lap, but 2 laps down. So it's still too close to call right now. As Alex Green makes contact.
Looks like Alex caught up.
Alex caught up, and that was Kardashian to front wing, and somehow nobody spun. But Green shuffled back quite a ways right now. You see a little bit of damage on that left front wing. Looks like a fat kid sat on it. No, it wasn't me this time, Alex. That's going to let Tyler Graff get by. Graff starting to reel in Byrne now.
An interesting thing to watch here comes Jay Anderson and David Llewellyn together. They might try to work that outside line together.
Well, 2 of the older guard, they've raced together, last season in our IRO5 series. They raced together all season here in the DW12s. Anderson looking for that elusive first win in the DW12s. Was able to win the season opener in the IRO5s at Daytona, locking him into the chase there. Would love to be locked in here on a win. Currently running in the number 5 spot. Knows that he just needs a really good points night, though. And that looked like Sam Cooper Bennett on the apron there, trying to get back up to speed. Finally able to get it fixed after having some problems early.
Oh, and pitting in again.
Well, these guys are fast approaching the point of green flag stops. Isaiah Dupree, 25 laps into his stint. Jake Gordon, 25. Dominic Byrne, 25. Tyler Graff, 16. Jay Anderson, 16. David Llewellyn, 16. Alex Green, 23. Dylan Lucas, 25. Mike Whitaker, 16. So we're about to see a little bit of a shakeup happen here should this stay green.
Well, I'm back, but I'm only going to be heading right back out because we're having some internet issues with other devices, so I've got to go get that fixed since I'm the network person in the house.
All right.
Hope y'all have a good rest of the broadcast. I'll be tuning in on YouTube once we've got it all settled out.
Fair enough, Forrest.
Right,
You're welcome to join us back here in the booth too if you do get it figured out. So, just putting that out there, sir. So Forrest Whitaker, Forrest Sparks. Somebody shoot me now. I know too many Forrests in the racing industry. So Forrest Sparks having to step out of the booth. Thanks for joining us as early as you were, Forrest. Good to have you up here as always. And we'll see you Thursday in the Icebreaker Series, hopefully.
Tony, I'm holding a hat here with a whole bunch of Forrests in it. Just pick one.
Yeah, I know, right? Can I choose Green Lake State Park? As Tyler Graff and David Llewellyn make contact coming through turn 3. We stay green though, and we don't. So let's back that little beauty up.
Let's see.
You see Tyler there. You see David there as they go into turn number 1. Tyler throws the block. David gets a good run on him down the backstretch here. Pulls up kind of alongside him. And Tyler just gets arrow push off of Dominic Byrne. Catches David. That's basically what that took place, so. We are back under caution on lap 75.
Yeah, I have to put that one on Tyler.
Yeah, arrow push is definitely real when you're that close. So, and I'm not going to argue with that decision. I mean, it was one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of things. So, Isaiah Dupree taking it pit side. Jake Gordon going pit side. Tyler Graff going pit side.
Can you hear Isaiah?
I can't hear anybody in game, sir. Why? What's going on?
He just bounced off my rear pod, it looked like. I don't think it was my fault, but I honestly don't really know what happened.
I got to turn my sound up.
Race control, I just got a black flag for passing under yellow because the 11 was slow.
Okay, Gary, you're going to have to clear Alex on that one because he got caught behind the 11. So if you could clear the 30, that would be great.
Hey, race control, gonna get my passing under the yellow cleared when you get a chance.
And you're going to need to clear the 93, sir.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, one of the problems with a track, the way that this one's set up, is it's very easy to get a passing under yellow as you enter the pit road here, and it seems to have caught a few cars out under this caution.
I'm watching the replay again to make sure I get this right.
Well, if you watch it from a rear chase, you'll probably see that Tyler moved up as they went into the corner.
He moved up to set up his turn better, I think. It was not as much push as we thought. He was just trying to get a better arc because it was pre-turning into the turn. He went up and tapped.
Well, unfortunately...
that accident was caused by the 77. It looked like it was pre-entry to the turn. At first we thought it was push, but it was pre-entry to the turn. He arced up a little bit to get a better entry into the turn and caught the 11 car and knocked him into the wall.
Fair enough. So, Mike Whitaker's showing the way. 24 laps into this stint. Mike looking to play the fuel mileage game right now, and seems to be working for him.
How long do we have here before we go green?
You had to ask me the simple question, didn't you? I do not have 2 to go yet. So... lights are out on the pace car.
Hope that wasn't too late.
You're fine.
These cautions go quick up here. In the car, it seems like they take forever.
Well, you got to remember we're on the shortest track that we run all season right now. This is only a mile. They generally give you 1 lap to catch the field, 1 lap to, for the lead lap cars to pit, 1 lap for the lap down cars to pit, 1 lap to form up, and then we're green. As Mike Whitaker pulls the trigger, and we are back under green. Isaiah Dupree a little bit sleeping at the switch. Let's see if his teammate's going to let him in line. Looks like he does. Jake Gordon stacking the field up just a little bit to make sure Isaiah Dupree can get a run at Mike Whitaker. Alex Green right on his transmission tunnel, though. And here's another country heard from Mark Vega. Starting to make some moves. Got Chris Hamilton on his trans tunnel. Dominic Byrne to his high side. Vega in a must-win situation right now, trying to reel in Alex Green and those in front of him. Has zero help, though. Gonna have to do this one the hard way. And Vega is definitely reeling in Green as Green starts to fade back from Jake Gordon. Pretty soon your battle for third is about to pick up. And right up in front, you see Isaiah Dupree right on the trans tunnel of Mike Whitaker. Whitaker gonna have to pit here relatively soon. I was hearing in hot laps earlier, you're looking at about 35 laps before you're bingo on fuel. And you could probably add 2 or 3 to that, pacing under caution, but still,
Right.
within the next handful of laps, we're probably going to see Mike Whitaker come down pit road.
Looks like Dominic and Mark are working together pretty good to get by Alex.
They are hanging Alex out to dry on that high side. And here comes KP as well on the inside. So Team Phenomenal with PH Ware and Mighty as the sponsor, with Vega and Pasquich working together with Team Three Musket Beers with Dominic Byrne, formerly known as Team Potato. Or as Dom would say it, potato. I have no idea where the D is in that word, but okay, so be it.
Like Alex is fighting back on the outside.
Trying to. And he's got a very hungry Kevin Pasquich on his inside. Pasquich, I'm sure, would love nothing more than to push Mark Vega to the victory tonight and get two members of Team Phenomenal up into the chase. And we have a new leader who is the same as the old leader. As Mike Whitaker takes it down pit road, Isaiah Dupree goes back up onto the point. And we're still currently watching that battle for third.
Yeah, it looks like they're working together pretty good to try to catch the leader.
They're trying to, but it's not working as well as I think they're going to hope it would.
They really need Alex to stay in line better instead of going up. Taking all 4, stay in the line, they could catch him in a couple laps.
Right. Because right now they're not gaining, they're not losing, they're just holding court with Isaiah Dupree and Jake Gordon running nose to tail in front of them. I mean, it's pretty much I'm not seeing any mile an hour difference, if you will, between the groups. It's just, 1.3 to 1.5 seconds difference. It looks like those front two are starting to really gain. I'm not seeing any damage on Vega's car. It's probably just that Jake Gordon is a better pusher down the straightaways than Dominic is. As this battle that we're watching for third is definitely starting to lose ground now, as Alex Green all over the track, scaring the hell out of Dominic Byrne, and that's what we were waiting on. Chris Hamilton pointing the wrong way on a one-way street. Let's see what happened there. You see Hamilton low on Pasquich as Green darts up the track coming up here. David Llewellyn to the inside of Hamilton. Green shoots up the track. Hamilton lets off to try to figure out where Green's going to go. David Llewellyn, Jay Anderson caught up in that one. Who else do we have? Bob Lacavara sneaking his way through there. So, yeah, that's... I wouldn't even venture a guess on how you want to call it.
That's on the 11th.
Okay.
Alex went up. Alex went up and looked like he was going to hit the wall, and Chris checked.
Right.
And David just had a big run and didn't have time to check, but it definitely brought the caution out.
That's what I saw, too. I just wanted to make sure you saw what I saw, so... You were a race control, sir, and if that's how you want to call it, there we go. So Hamilton checking up, not sure if Green's going to bounce down back into him, so trying to be a little bit cautious. David Llewellyn having nowhere to go, just runs Chris Hamilton smooth over from behind. So Johnny Antonucci staying out under that one. Isaiah Dupree, Jake Gordon, Mark Vega, Dominic Byrne, Alex Green, Jay Anderson. Anderson getting involved in that one, so having to pit, coming out in 7th. Bob Lacavara back on the lead lap. So good on Bob. Tyler Graff able to recover for 7.
Yeah, David. Alex got out of shape there and went. I guess you guys didn't know what he was going to do, and Chris Hamilton checked up, and you hit him in the rear a little bit there.
Just hooked him. Hamilton able to recover for 10th. 9 cars on the lead lap. Tyler Graff waiting to get the wave around here.
So I don't have to.
Sorry?
I don't have to give him an EOL, right? So it's going to be 3 or 4 laps down? Or do you still?
I don't know. Is he in the pits? Yeah, he's still towing. Don't even bother. Yeah, that's just adding, insult to...
Insult to injury.
Yeah.
I want to watch Alex and see what happened to him.
If I had to guess, it would be arrow push off of Dominic.
Because that's actually what caused the wreck, but it didn't bring out the caution.
Right.
One guy checked up for it, and one didn't.
I'm not even sure if David really saw what was going on there.
Right. He was right on the bumper. Yeah, Alex actually went up and scraped the wall. There was definitely smoke there where he scraped the wall a little bit.
Uh-huh. All right, so Johnny Antonucci taking it pit side as the lights go out on the pace car. Antonucci trying to play the fuel strategy game now. That hands the lead back over to Isaiah Dupree. As we are fast approaching the halfway mark of the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge, 3rd round of the Triple Crown Challenge here at the Monster Mile, Dover, Delaware. Gary Bauer, Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight.
Yeah, it's nice being up here for a change.
Definitely a different point of view as Isaiah Dupree pulls the trigger as the pace car pulls off. Jake Gordon lockstepped with him. Dominic Byrne looking on the low side. Gordon giving him a little bit of room, now cuts his nose off as he has the clear. Isaiah Dupree doing everything he can, including possible team orders, which we don't have any rule against yet. Key term, yet. Dupree, Gordon, Byrne, Vega, Anderson, Green, Antonucci, Lacavara, Graff, and Hamilton, your top 10. 9 cars on the lead lap. Tyler Graff, the final car on the lead lap, getting the wave around under that last caution. Bob Lacavara also taking the wave. Lacavara doing everything he can to stay locked into the chase. Right on the bubble right now. Jay Anderson a couple laps down. No, Jay Anderson in 4th. That's a legit 4th as he shuffles Vega back to 5th. I'm sure Anderson would love nothing more than to enter the chase with a win on the season in each of the 2 series. Already locked in the IRO 5s. And here we are working just past halfway, and good grief, Anderson.
Yellow.
Pointing the wrong way on a one-way street. Let's see what happened there. They go into 3. See Vega on the low side. That's... wow. Let's watch that again, see what happens. Watch the seams on the track. We'll see if somebody comes up. Vega with a hell of a run on the inside. And we're going to watch that from Vega's point of view.
Yeah, it looked like just as that happened, Mark blinked a little bit.
Well, we're seeing what happened here. They're up alongside each other. You know what? We're going to watch that at half speed on the screen here and just see what happens. As they come out of turn number 2, you see Vega getting a good run. As they start to go down the back straightaway, he gets up alongside of Jay. And watch the seams on the track. You watch that seam next to Vega's car there. I hate to say this to you, Gary, but I got to blame your teammate. Because Vega was giving him room, and Jay just caught him. I mean, if you watch the seams on the track, Vega gave him as much room as he possibly could and still tried to stay off the apron.
No, if you watch that from behind, Tony, Mark came up into the middle lane there and hit him. He just didn't turn.
No, I am watching it right now.
I don't think Jay knew he was there.
And
let me go here and watch the wheels.
Try it at a. I'm watching it at a 3rd speed right now. And this is one that you know, it's up to you. If you want to, you know, leave it for the competition committee to look at. You know, Vega's down. Vega's starting his turn. I just don't think Jay knew he was there. Because if you watch the seams on the track, Vega goes down. He doesn't come up until after there's contact made, and that kind of shoots his car up the track. You know, you can see it there. Watch the seam on the left side of Vega's car as you watch the chase cam. He's down under the seam, and Jay just came down into him. At least that's the way I'm seeing it. You know, if your race control, however you want to call it, sir, I will back your play.
I'm watching it from up above right now.
Yes, sir. And that's going to handle.
What lap was that, Tony?
103-ish, 104. 103 coming to 104.
Tony, I'm watching it from the chopper, and I don't see how Jay didn't go up the track, but he darn sure didn't come down the track. And Mark dives under him here. I don't know that Jay knew he was there, but if you look where the contact is, Mark's about 5 feet off of that line. Where I'm going to call that a racing deal and let race control.
You mean the competition committee?
Yeah, let competition committee take that one and decide on it, because.
All right, if you could write that down, just to make a note of that, so we know where to look in the post-race committee meeting, because we're going to need to have one of those. As the lights are out on the pace car.
Competition. I can't get.
It's all right.
Competition committee.
Green,
I'm
green,
going to have to rule that one and let you guys decide that, because that was kind of a deal where they both went for the same real estate, and I can't call on who that was on there.
All right. So we are back under green. Dominic Byrne, the Irish assassin, just jumping out to a nice lead right now, as Isaiah Dupree and Alex Green try to reel him in. And the field's starting to get stretched out a little bit. The battle right now is for third between Green, Graff, and Vega. You see Green in the orange and black car with a little white trim. And Graff in the Flying Bumblebee. And Mark Vega in the PH Aware light blue with the tear up the middle. Isaiah Dupree back by Dominic Byrne too. We missed that as we were watching this little battle. Isaiah Dupree gets under Byrne. Byrne slots in behind him. As we continue to watch this battle for third shape up, Graff under Green, thinking better of it. I have to say, there's been a marked improvement in Alex Green's driving this season. No offense, Alex, but there were times last season where it was scary to be around you. But this past season, the driving has improved, night and day. And, you can run like this with Alex now and not have to worry about
being roadkill.
Yeah, that's that's a lot politer than the way I was going to phrase it, but yeah. Tyler trying to adjust his entry line to try to get a run on Alex, not working so well, almost takes Vega up into the wall. Vega's got his teammate right behind him, ready to push at a moment's notice. That is currently Kevin Paskowicz in 13th spot, 3 laps down. 8 cars left on the lead lap. And Dominic Byrne's going to be getting ready here in the non-too-distant future to take it pit side. 20 laps currently on Byrne's tires. The oldest tires currently running on the track right now. As Vega got past Graff on the high side, doing it the hard way. Going to try to do it to Alex Green this time. Now, Vega is in a must-win situation. Green basically locked in on points. Graff locked in. Johnny Antonucci essentially locked in. Vega needs to win. That's the only way he's getting in. He needs to win. We do not have enough point spread to try to, do it any other way.
Jake Gordon dropped out.
Did he? No, he's on the track.
Jake Gordon?
12th. 2 laps down.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh.
And David Llewellyn having all sorts of smoke come off those tires. Let's see what happened. Wow. Who was that? That's Johnny Antonucci in front of him. And David just smooth runs him over. Puts the nose right into the Kardashian, and around Antonucci goes. Good grief. Let's watch that again from a chase cam here.
Yeah.
You see Whitaker and Paskowicz in front of Antonucci. You're going to see a blue car appear on the left side of your screen. And somebody caught a race car to the face. I didn't quite catch who that was. That may have been Brad Truax. Let's take a look. No, it wasn't Truax, which means that may have even been Jake Gordon. No, that was Chris Hamilton that caught the race car to the face. So, that's
Yes, sir. Yeah, David, it looked like netcode at first. He started going around before you got to him, but then he went around and you got right into the back of him. Looked like he started to spin before David got there.
Did you watch that from a chase cam?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
But I told him that's two. I'm sorry, you got to park it.
Okay. So, tough break for David Llewellyn. That's, let's see if that's going to have any... that shouldn't have any points implications. David should still be locked in. He was north of 100 points to the good coming into this event, so...
David's DQ'd at this point, so he's going to park it. But I need to step away real quick. I'll be right back.
No problem.
Blame you.
Yeah. I think it kind of prevents everyone checking up on wrecking as well when they restart.
Yeah. So we're still pulling away from him at the end of the run.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So 120, working lap
We still
122.
got to pit like one more time, I think, though. Or is it twice?
Should be twice.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
So you hear a little bit of strategy being played out in open chatter right now in game, as my broadcast partner had to step away, use the little race director's room. Isaiah Dupree, Dominic.
Yeah, Gary, it looked like netcode started him spinning, but then I helped him the rest of the way around. I'm parking it.
Gary had to go use the little race director's room, so he'll be right back, gentlemen. Please keep it clean. You are live on stream. So Isaiah Dupree, Dominic Byrne, Tyler Kraft,
Tony,
Alex
I can
Green.
sit Gary's place while he's in the bathroom. I've got admin rights at the moment, and I'm retired, so.
Well, then feel free to join me on Skype, sir.
Hi, Betty Lou.
Yes, everybody. Please say hi to Betty Lou. She's providing your race control tonight. Here they all come. Hi, Betty Lou. That accident was on David Llewellyn. That was the second one. He's going to park it, so there will be no EOL given.
All right, fair enough, Gary. Thanks. We're going to have Sam Cooper Bennett joining us in the booth momentarily here as we go back to green flag action. Isaiah Dupree getting a decent jump.
Is that Terry up there in third?
That is no. Terry is a lap down. That is Currently, Isaiah Dupree, Alex Green, Dominic Byrne, Tyler Graff, Mark Vega, your top 5. Waiting on Sam to join us in the booth here. Isaiah Dupree still starting to, just doing everything he can. I dare say he has clinched most laps led tonight. Safe bet there. Alex
Now,
Green.
are Alex and Dominic teammates?
They are not.
Oh, okay.
However, Alex and Tyler are.
Oh.
Alex and Tyler are running for what is now Team MGD. Dominic running for Team 3 Musket Beers. So he was a teammate with Joe Morganti and Season 1 IRO5 defending champion Cody Eldred, who was at a family reunion this weekend. I'm driving back from that, so he missed tonight due to the family reunion.
So now is Alex in the chase?
Alex is safely in on points.
Okay.
So he's just trying to play spoiler with Isaiah right now. Same thing with Dominic. Everybody's trying to play spoiler to Isaiah. I mean, as much as I think it would be cool to see it, you got to wonder what's going to be going through everybody's mind. As Vega looks low on green, thinks better of it, backs off. Jay Anderson, I would like to point out, is back on the lead lap. 9 cars on the lead lap. Bob Lacavara, the bubble car, on there. 3 seconds off the leader. Jake Gordon 1 lap down in 10th.
Yeah.
Brad Truax 1 lap down. Kevin Paskowicz -2. Johnny Antonucci -2. Terry Adams -3. And David Llewellyn now out of the race in 15th. So that's currently where we sit as business is picking up at the front. Dominic Byrne all over the transmission tunnel of current leader Isaiah, Mr. EOL himself, Dupree. Dupree, Byrne, Graff, Green, Vega, Whitaker, Hamilton, Anderson, Lacavara, and Gordon, your top 10. 9 cars on the lead lap as we are fast approaching the 3/4 mark of this event.
Alex is very close to getting to the back of Tyler there.
And that's something that's been a problematic all night for the number 30 of green. Graff leaving the door open, giving him plenty of room if he wants it. Graff taking a very strange line into the corners. He's got a very late apex, which at this track probably isn't such a bad idea considering that it is all concrete and the tire wear here is just maniacal.
Yeah, Dover has always been known as a tire eater.
As we watch Vega work the low side, trying to get by Alex Green, then goes back to the high side. Green trying to protect that low line. Vega getting a good run on him, trying to slipstream him. Going to try it this next lap, I think, as Dominic Byrne all over the back end of Isaiah Dupree. That's your battle for first right now.
Yeah, he's putting a lot of pressure on Isaiah.
He is
trying to catch him in a mistake.
He's putting a lot of pressure on him, but he's not overdriving and not being overly aggressive. Dominic knows the bounding box issue that this car has, so he's not getting close enough to trigger one of those. But he's definitely getting close enough to trigger, Isaiah to have to watch his mirrors. As Tyler Graff looks to the low side, Alex Green and Tyler Graff battling it out for third right there. Vega within striking distance. And these top 5, a second and a half back to Mike Whitaker. as we are working lap 141 of 200. Burn to the low side. Dupree
And
slamming
Isaiah
the door.
Close the door.
Good grief. Is it sad that I'm sitting here, I'm gripping my wheel with white knuckles, just watching this battle, and I'm not
Yellow,
even
yellow, yellow.
in it. And yellow comes out again. Let's see what's going on here. Kevin Paskowicz is slow.
Sounds like
so
Alex.
Let's take a look and see what's going on with KP.
Sounds like Alex. Let me go back.
No, KP spun it coming off of pit road and went up onto the track, and everybody did an awesome job to avoid him. So that was a self-spin there, it looked like.
Oh, okay. That was KP's voice, not Alex?
That was KP coming off of pit road. If you watch KP coming off pit road, he just did a green flag stop and looped it. Coming off of going through turns 1 and 2.
Watching the replay right now.
And everybody did an amazing job to get around him. As top 4, top 5. Everybody coming down pit road. No, I stand corrected. Bob Lacavara staying out to get the bonus point.
So KP's number 7, correct?
Correct, sir. That was a self-spin.
Yeah, KP, that one's on you, buddy. Self-spin coming off of pit road. Good job, everybody, staying off of him.
So Bob Lacavara staying out to get the all-important bonus point this time of the season. Jay Anderson getting trapped behind him. Jay desperately needing a wave around here. 2 laps down.
Jay's 2 laps down? I thought he got back on the lead lap.
He did. He pit under green, though, sir.
Oh.
So Terry Adams sitting out in front right now, ready to take a wave around. Well, looks like Terry's going to take it pit side. And it looks like Bob's going to take it pit side this time. So the question is, can Bob get the bonus point and lead? Nope. It looks like Bob may have gotten the bonus point there. Yes. Bob did lead a lap, so bonus point for Bob. So that's going to definitely help his chances to point into the chase. Vega right now needs a miracle. Currently sitting 5th. He's got a lot of hungry dogs in front of him, and he's already admitted that Dover is not one of his favorite tracks. So Vega, he's got a good points night going.
Please let me know when we're...
Okay, no problem.
Please let me know when it's 2 to green, guys.
So, yeah, Vega is desperately in need of a miracle right now. Dominic Byrne locked in, but going to relinquish his spot in the chase. Tyler Graff locked in. Alex Green locked in on points. Isaiah Dupree, 6 wins on the season, I believe. Let's double check that for you, folks. Yeah, 6 wins on the season. Tyler Graff locked in with 2 wins. Mike Whitaker locked in with 1 win. Cody Eldred locked in with 1 win. Kevin Paskowicz locked in with 1 win. Jake Gordon locked in with 1 win. And then we go down to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It puts Johnny Antonucci in 7th. Gary, you've relinquished yours, but you were locked in on points. So 7. David Llewellyn in 8th. Alex Green 9th. Terry Adams 10th. Bob Lacavara in 11th. Jay Anderson currently, before the points from this race, sitting in 12th. 77 points to the good. So I dare say Jay is locked in, so no real worries there. Looks like we are 1 to go. As the lights are out on the pace car. Isaiah Dupree, Dominic Byrne, Tyler Graff, Alex Green, Mark Vega, Mike Whitaker, Chris Hamilton, Bob Lacavara, Brad Truax, and Johnny Antonucci rounding out your top 10. As we go through the 3-4 complex, pace car getting ready to duck on off. And Isaiah not wasting much energy, not wasting much time. Everybody going with him. Dominic Byrne getting a decent jump. Tyler Graff a little hesitant, not wanting to run anybody over. He slots into third. Mark Vega slotting into fourth right now.
I have to say Dominic's having a very good race tonight.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I hope I don't jinx it.
I'll let him know if you did. So, as we are quickly approaching the 3/4 mark, working lap 148 of 200. Isaiah Dupree, again, doing everything he can, and I dare say he's already clinched most number of laps led tonight. So, something to consider there. It's so far been a dominating performance by the youngster. Even though he is a Habs fan. But we won't hold that against him too much.
I think with 2 to go, I'll throw up an EOL for him. Just kidding. You've seen enough of those this year.
Especially in the dirt races. Dupree, Byrne, and Graff really starting to put a gap on fourth place Mark Vega right now.
Something happens between those top 3. Mark might be in the perfect spot at the end of this.
Well, he might be. They've got just enough distance that they could possibly try to participate in wreck avoidance. And something happened to Alex Green is he's dropping like a stone right now. 6 miles an hour off the pace. He may have caught the wall again. As you're watching the battle for fourth between Vega and Whitaker. Chris Hamilton in there. Looks like Jake Gordon, who's a couple laps down.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And Vega gets bumped. What on earth happened there? Alex Green pointing the wrong way. Let's see what happened with Green. You see Jay Anderson on the way low side. What the hell? Let's watch that in the chase cam. Now you're going to see a red and white car appear on the left side of your screen.
I'm going to have to give that to Chris Hamilton.
Chris Hamilton? What?
Well, whoever that was inside of Mark Vega.
That's not what brought the caution out. That was after the caution. What brought the caution out was Jay Anderson and Alex Green getting together. But yes, I can see you putting that on Chris Hamilton. The post caution contact on Chris Hamilton. But go back and watch Alex Green and Jay Anderson coming into 3. Alex leaves a little bit of a gap. Jay bombs it in there, and I'll let you make the call. And speaking of little announcers' rooms, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm watching it right now.
Okay.
Well, Jay was there, but Alex didn't know he was there, and Jay ran over him.
That's kind of how I see it, unfortunately. But the good news is, unless Mark Vega wins, Jay's still in the chase. And ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. I need to use a little announcing room.
Hit it. Me too. Mm. Mm. Yeah, I have to put that one in the 18. The 30 moved up the track. The 18 got his nose in there, and then the 30 came back down to run its line. But the 18 didn't have enough position there to, so I have to put that on the 18. Sorry, Jay.
All right, and we are back. Gary, thanks for holding down the fort for me.
Yeah, I hated to do that to my teammate, but you know, it's one of those deals where Alex shouldn't move up the track like that, but he did, and Jay didn't have enough position to establish that and cause the wreck.
All right, so lights are out on the pace car again. Isaiah Dupree, Dominic Byrne, going to be bringing back to green flag action here as we are closing in on 40 to go. They work through the 3-4 complex. Isaiah Dupree, again, doing everything he can to try to win the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge. This is the third jewel.
Green flag.
He's already got 2 of them. Getting his first win on the season at Watkins Glen, getting another one at our first trip to Indy, and hoping to close it out here at the Monster Mile at Dover, Delaware. Byrne right with him, though. You know Byrne's going to be looking to play spoiler. So is Tyler Graff. As they work down the back straightaway, you see Graff on the high side of Byrne. Those two racing it out. Mark Vega trying desperately to stick with him. Has absolutely no help behind him, though.
Just so everybody knows, what happened there was I gave the EOL too late to Jay, and somebody didn't have time to get by him before the green came out. So I cleared Jay's black flag, but he did let them by.
All right, fair enough. So Jay, the first car 1 lap down. Should another caution come out, Jay would be back on the lead lap. Currently Brad Truax in 10th, the last car on the lead lap. So we got Isaiah Dupree, Dominic Byrne, Tyler Graff, Mark Vega, Alex Green, Chris Hamilton, Johnny Antonucci, Bob Lacavara, Mike Whitaker, and Brad Truax rounding out your top 10 as we're watching the battle for the lead right now. Byrne and Graff just biding their time, I dare say, as you know, we are 36 laps to go right now. One second from Tyler Graff to Mark Vega in 4th. Vega's hopes of getting into the chase this season in the DW12's fading quickly.
I'm not clear on this, and I don't want to sound stupid during the telecast, but should I have done something there with Chris Hamilton for diving under there? Or was that just a racing deal?
No, just Mark. Make
I'm
a
not
note.
sure where that happened.
That was as the caution was coming out. So if you want to make a note of that,
Okay.
that's something we can discuss in the competition committee meeting. So no big deal there, Gary. Good catch though. Thanks for being in race control tonight. I know it's not the easiest job on the planet. Thank you for doing it.
Oh hell, it's a lot easier being out there on the track getting wrecked while I'm leading.
Yeah, you don't even have to do anything for that to happen.
Right.
But we are currently again watching the battle. This is your top three right now, as they are over a second and a quarter in the clear to fourth place. Isaiah Dupree with the target on his back right now, having the first 2 jewels in his pocket, trying to capture the 3rd jewel in the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge here at Dover, Delaware. I would like to remind everybody you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. For RobertsTechJobs.com, proud sponsor of the Indy Speedway League, is your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest or are looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. Dupree continuing to show the way as we are 30 to go right now. And these guys are definitely going to need one more stop. They're already 15 laps in. You can just barely make it to 30 laps on a full tank by yourself. So we're definitely going to be seeing one more stop. The question is, Gary, when do you do it? They're 15, 16 laps into this current stint.
I'd stop it.
Yellow flag is out.
And that changes everything, as Alex Green is a piñata. Let's see what happened there. They go down into turn number 3. Green looks like he may have just caught the apron. Wow. I've said it just about every broadcast, and I'll say it again. Thank God this is a simulator.
I have to give that to Alex. Mark moved up to the top line, and Alex came up in front of him. I mean, what did you see there, Tony?
That's pretty much what I saw. Alex, tried to see. This is why I've said numerous times in the league Facebook page. Just go ahead and search for us, IndyCar Speedway League, on Facebook. And I've said it numerous times to the drivers. Change your INI file. There's a file that iRacing has of where the electronic spotter, how far back a car is called clear. And apparently Alex didn't change his because it would have let him know that Mark was there. So, yeah, that was completely avoidable. The question is, can Vega limp it back? Looks like no. Maybe. Maybe limped it back. I'm not sure. Vega's now a lap down.
I'm going to rule that on the 30. The 3 car moved up to go outside of him, and the 30 came up into him.
That is a rough break for Vega.
I can't hear Alex, but
Oh, just for the record.
Well, just for the record, we both agree that that's what happened up here in the booth.
Dom, did you speed out of pit road there?
I accidentally hit pit.
Gary, to me, it sounded like Alex was arguing the call, so.
I heard that.
Damn.
He's Alex. He's arguing the call. But
Yep.
He's the owner. He can do what he wants.
No, he can't. Dom? Because if it was anybody else, that's, that's a penalty. So.
Are we 2 to go yet, or 1 to go?
I don't know yet. Let me look. No. Lights are still on the pace car, sir. And Alex is still in the pits. No, he's...
Yeah, I hate calling it on anybody, but you got to try to decide who's at fault, and I think the 30 came up into him. Mark moved up to go around him, didn't go clear to the top, but he did move to the center of the track, and Alex came up and hit him.
I'm in agreement with you because that's kind of the way I saw it too, sir. And apparently that's not the way Alex saw it, which doesn't really matter at this point because Alex isn't race control. So, 25.
Oh, Alex disconnected.
And that's his prerogative.
Wow.
So, rage quit. But 25 laps to go. Everybody should be able to make it from here on fuel if they pack it full. And from the looks of from the looks of the pit times, looks like everybody did pack it full of fuel. The only one that's questionable is Tyler Graff with a 6.3 second stop. Isaiah Dupree 6.9, Chris Hamilton 6.7. Then we have a ton of 7-second stops. So kind of hard to say what's going on there. But Vega having to repair damage. Tough break for Vega. Dropping him to 10th, 1 lap down. He's got to be praying for another caution here to get the lucky dog and get back on the lead lap. Lights are out on the pace car. Isaiah Dupree, Tyler Graff, Chris Hamilton, Mike Whitaker, Bob Lacavara, Jay Anderson, Dominic Byrne, Brad Truax, Johnny Antonucci, and Mark Vega rounding out your top 10. 9 cars on the lead lap. Antonucci, the last car on the lead lap there. As the pace car is off, Isaiah Dupree rolls back into the throttle nice and smooth like he's been doing all night.
Green.
And he's bringing Tyler Graff with him, Chris Hamilton up into the top 3. Hamilton having some problems early, able to make a good rebound into the top 3. Mike Whitaker running in the 4th slot. Jay Anderson able to bounce back from a lot of problems early into the top 5. So good points night for Anderson. Good points night for Lacavara as well, running 6th. So as far as those that were locked into the chase coming in, pretty much everybody's still locked into the chase coming out. And Isaiah Dupree still showing the way up there.
Tyler's on him. He's just trying to figure out how to get by.
Absolutely. As we're watching the battle for 4th right now, is Jay Anderson working Mike Whitaker as they go into turn number 3.
That is, isn't that...
That's your battle for...
that is Jay.
That is Jay. That's your battle for 3rd now as Chris Hamilton gets shuffled all the way back. A little bit of trouble for Hamilton. Not quite sure what happened, but he's just backing out of it. Whitaker up to 3rd. Anderson up to 4th. Hamilton slots in 5th. 2nd and a quarter to the clear to Dominic Byrne. As we'll go back up to the front, watching the battle here for the lead as we are 19 laps to go. Make that 18 laps to go.
18.
Isaiah Dupree continuing to show the way. Tyler Graff trying to methodically pick his way around, figuring out where he's got to do it. Graff looks low. Say, hey, buddy, I'm still here. Don't relax because I'll be all over you. Isaiah Dupree continuing to show the way. Graff now with some pressure from Mike Whitaker and Jay Anderson as these top 4 are really starting to pull away from Chris Hamilton. 0.2 to the clears. Hamilton starts to fade again. And Hamilton might not want to fade too much more because he's got a very hungry Dominic Byrne right behind him. Graf looking on that low side, coming off the corner. Getting a run. There he goes. Ducks back in. I think he's setting it up for the end of the race.
I do too. It looks like he's trying to set him up, make it look like he's going to try to go high and then do the crossover on him. We'll see.
Well, we'll see if they're going to be able to pull it off, as we are fast approaching 10 to go. Currently 14. It'll be 13 this time across the stripe.
He's definitely going to need help up there on the top.
If he goes high, he's going to need help. Mike Whitaker, not sure if Mike's going to go with him. I almost got to think Tyler might throw him a dummy. He's got him thinking right now, as he keeps ducking low off both corners. So off of 2 and off of 4, Graf keeps playing duck and peek on the left side. Is he going to throw him a dummy and make Isaiah kill all his momentum going down there? Because if you notice, when Tyler goes down there, Isaiah pulls out about a half a car length more on Tyler, because Tyler's got to kill some speed to cut the car. So the question, as the yellow flag comes out with 10 to go, we should have a green-white checker. Let's see who was involved in that one. Looks like Johnny Antonucci. That looks like Terry Adams. There's Antonucci and Vega. And it happens in front of him, it sounds like.
I think Dominic and Jake. Let me go back.
Well, let me find Jake. Oh, yeah. That car is definitely doing the Delaware
Dominic gets
crab.
into the back of Mike. Oh.
No,
Caution was actually
I'm watching
by...
Jake getting into Chris Hamilton. You see Hamilton on the low side as we watch the replay again. They come down the back straightaway. There's Jake on the high side, Chris on the low side. Chris just goes up into him.
Chris caught the apron and went up.
Yep. And
Chris caught the apron and went up into him.
Unfortunately for Jake, his car is definitely doing the Delaware crab. So I thought that was Maryland crab. But anyways, Jake Gordon's car going sideways. And
that caution was brought out by the 8 car. He caught the apron going on the entry to the turn and went up and hit Jake.
The 8 of Chris Hamilton getting dinged on that one. I don't think you're going to need to really give him an EOL because he's towing right now, sir.
Right.
Johnny Antonucci catching a piece of that one. Terry Adams catching a piece of that one, unfortunately. It's like Jake Gordon towing now.
The 8 just cut down a little bit too soon, hit that edge of that apron and went right up into him.
And that is one of the most dangerous parts here at the Monster Mile. All right, so big shakeup right now as we are 9 to go. We should have about 5 laps left. Mark Vega getting the wave around Lucky Dog, I should say. So that puts Vega back on the lead lap. And Vega's going pit side. Vega taking it pit side. Brad Truax taking it pit side. That's 7th and 8th right now. 8 cars on the lead lap. That last accident, Johnny Antonucci now 3 laps down, having to tow. Chris Hamilton having to tow, 3 laps down. Jake Gordon now 4 laps down, having to tow. Terry Adams having to tow. So, a lot of good cars taken out under that one. And we're going to take this moment to remind everybody that you are watching the presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League Triple Crown Challenge DW12 edition here at Dover International Speedway, Dover, Delaware, the site. RobertsTechJobs.com, proud sponsor of the Indy Speedway League, putting up the prize money and the trophy in this one. is your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, please go to robertstechjobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you as the lights go out on the pace car. Which means we are going to have
What's up,
a 6-lap shootout.
What's up, Isaiah?
Yeah. Won the green.
10-4, thank you.
So Isaiah Dupree...
I'm not going to give the 8 an EOL. I think he's still in the pits, so...
he is now just coming back out of the pits. So, but still, he's at the tail end of the field because of all that. 2 laps down. So, a lot of ways this can play out. Tyler Graff looking to play spoiler. Mike Whitaker looking to play spoiler. Dominic Byrne looking to play spoiler. Jay Anderson looking to punch his ticket into the chase on a win. Currently sitting in 5th. Bob Lacavara looking to punch his way into the chase on a win. Currently sitting 6th. So there's a lot of ways this can play out. Go ahead.
I noticed that Jake and Dominic worked together there for a couple laps, and it got Dominic by Jay. So if they can do that in 2nd and 3rd for the win here, I believe they can get by him. Well, but it's going to take a couple of laps.
Right now, they're trying to get it wound up as Tyler Graff leads Mike Whitaker. Those two have been basically 1 and 2 in the points in the DW12 series for most of the season. Each one with a win currently on the season. Isaiah Dupree with 6 wins, but as Whitaker looks to the low side, excuse me, sir, coming through, as Whitaker up into 2nd now sets his sights on spoiling Isaiah Dupree's night. As they're trying their damnedest to make it 3 wide. Whitaker wisely giving room on the high side. Going to get freight trained up there. Tyler Graff getting by Dominic Byrne alongside of him. And Byrne turns it.
Yellow flag is out.
Good grief. That's going to do it. I think that's going to do it. Let's watch that one again. See Whitaker on the high side there. Wow.
Yeah, that was on Dominic.
Arca moments.
He was having a good run.
Arca moments abound after that crash. Yep, just a little bit of aero push, and then Byrne gets turned by Jay Anderson, and here comes Daredevil. Holy Christmas. Chris Hamilton just not able to get off the throttle pedal. That's going to do it. We are lap 99 of 200 right now. Unless Isaiah Dupree pulls a Mark Martin and goes into the pits right here, he's got this one.
Yeah, Dominic, sorry, I'm going to have to give that one to you there. You pushed up into him, got sideways, and all the carnage started from there.
So, Gary, I am going to pull Mr. Dupree down here into the pits, or into the broadcast booth, I should say, and we'll have a little chit chat with him as he basically takes the victory lap. Isaiah, Tony, up in the booth, you got me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let me just turn your volume up. Let me just turn your volume up just a tick, sir. I can barely hear you for some odd reason. There we go. So how you feeling right now?
I'm feeling really, really, really good. That was very nerve-wracking, that last restart.
I can only imagine, because you had some hungry cars behind you that were coming hard. as we see your teammate pull up alongside you there. Jake Gordon running blocker for you the most of the first half of the race, so he had some trouble, but you did it. RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge. You rose to the occasion and you got the job done.
Yeah, that was honestly, originally I never knew I won the first duel until you said something
Come
about
on,
it after
guys.
the race, and ever
Come
since
on.
then I found out what 2 tracks they were, and I was really excited. I had Tyler, Jake, and Alex, and even Dom blocking for me, so I appreciate them. But yeah, this one feels good, really good.
All right. Well, that
Alex
makes
is in the chase.
Alex is in the chase. That makes if I'm not mistaken, sir, that makes win number 7 on the season for you.
Awesome.
The only other person to get 7 wins on the season, Chris the Punisher Parkman, and that was in the IR05. So you're in rare air, sir.
Yeah, it feels good. I've been trying to chase him all season, but he kept running away from me every time I get close.
Well, definitely the class of the field in the DW12s. Great momentum going into the chase. We're going to take I believe we're taking an off week this coming week, so we'll be starting at Michigan in 2 weeks. But definitely congratulations, Isaiah. You led the most laps tonight, and you did everything that you really needed to do to get the job done.
Yeah, and thankfully I had some help from my teammates too, so
it was a very good job, Isaiah. You were very dominating tonight. You started on the pole, led the most laps, and really only a few cautions or a few pit stops made you surrender the lead for a few laps. But good job. You deserved it.
Hello?
Gary, he's in TeamSpeak, so you got to use that button, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, yeah, Gary was saying that...
I got it. I was just saying, Isaiah, it was very dominating performance tonight. You got the pole, you led the most laps, and you only surrendered the lead during a few cautions there when people, were on a different pit strategy, but it was a very dominating performance, and you did what you had to do. Good job.
Thank you, Gary.
So, Isaiah, do you have any idea how many laps you actually led tonight?
I'm gonna take a wild stab at it and say 182.
You're close. You led 178 of 200 laps tonight, sir.
Damn.
And I'd also like to point out that you have 0 incidents.
Wait, really? Are you sure about that?
I'm staring at the results right now. Incident points, 0. Of the drivers that were still running at the end of the race, you were the only one with 0 incidents.
Wow.
Of course, then again, it's kind of hard to, it's kind of hard to, hit somebody if you can't catch them.
Yeah.
So, congratulations, Isaiah. We'll let you get back up to your team. Congratulations again, and we'll see you in the chase drivers interview, which will happen roughly about a half hour after this broadcast ends.
Yep.
User was moved out of your channel.
So Tyler Graff joining. That was Isaiah Dupree. Let's bring in Mr. Tyler Graff joining us now. Tyler coming home with a very hard-fought second place.
Hey, buddy.
Hey. How you doing?
Dude, I'm freaking pumped right now. It's awesome to be a part of helping a great teammate pull something off like this. So
okay, so you weren't trying to pass him, you were trying to block for him.
We had a deal that if he how do I explain this without sounding like a complete idiot?
You don't.
I wasn't gonna do anything obtuse to take any chance away from him, because I didn't want to be the guy that wrecked him when he was going for this. So I ran my race, I ran my line, and everything fell into place. So.
All right, fair enough. So you are safely in the chase.
Yes.
With a win on the season, actually a couple wins on the season. So, Tyler, awesome run tonight. Started 10th, finished 2nd. Only 2 incident points. Really couldn't ask for a lot more out of the car tonight.
Yeah, it was for having absolutely no practice due to running the karts this weekend. I can't complain about a second. I was just happy to be up to speed in practice. I thought I was going to be way, way off. So
Now, explain to us, you mentioned something on your Facebook yesterday that kind of has me intrigued. You were running in 4th, and something lodged in your throat, and you still finished the race. That scares the hell out of me that you're willing to do that in real life. What are you willing to do in a sim to win this thing? So what actually happened?
So
I think the whole
weekend,
thing is,
struggling
Tyler.
with the cart setup. Honestly, the thing was just a pile for most of the weekend until that last race on Saturday actually. And it's the first hot day of the year, and I chugged a bottle of water right before the race, and I've been sick recently. So I got a tickle in my throat and started coughing, and water decided to come up with it, and I choked on it. It got stuck in my windpipe, which triggered an asthma attack, and it wasn't fun. The second I crossed the line, I pulled over, and I was not in good shape.
All right, fair enough. So joining us now, league sponsor Bill Roberts. Bill, we just talked to the Triple Crown Challenge winner Isaiah Dupree. How proud are you that you were able to put this together for the league?
User left your channel.
Do we have Bill? Oh, we lost Bill.
Oh,
and we just lost Bill. Oh, darn it.
Well, Tyler, I'm really glad. Well, we have a break here. I'm really glad you clarified that, because I was kind of concerned about you having something stuck in your throat and you decided to finish the race anyway. So thank you.
I was able to get a little bit of oxygen in, but when you pick up 2 positions that you really shouldn't have gotten, just because I was off pace, adrenaline kind of took over, I guess. So. Absolutely.
Well, Tyler, we will we'll let you get back up to the post-race drivers meeting, and thanks for joining us, and thanks for clarifying that you're going to be okay.
Yeah, I am 100% okay.
All right, so that's Tyler Graff, and let's see if we can find your teammate Gary. Where has he gone?
He's up in Garage 1.
There he is.
User was moved to your channel.
Jay Anderson, Tony up in the booth. Do you have me, sir?
Hey, Tony. Yeah, I got you.
Hey, Wrecker. How you doing?
So, anyways, before we go much further, I would like to point out that Gary and Jay are teammates, so they talk like this a lot in TeamSpeak. But Team Booze Brothers is going to be represented in the chase, from what it looks like.
Well, that's good. I hope so. We worked hard for it.
Well, from the looks of what I'm seeing as far as where you finished, a very strong 3rd place. And I would also like to point out, fastest lap of the race, 18:085, which is hauling the mail for those that don't know. Jay, you're pretty much in.
That's good news. That's what we were aiming for.
Absolutely. So great points finish. Few problems early, but you're able to bounce back. I believe you went 2 laps down at one point, and were able to bounce back to 3rd on the lead lap. So awesome driving job tonight, sir.
Thank you. That's I was a little worried when I was 2 laps down. Matter of fact, I got to say, I got to throw out a big thanks to David Llewellyn. He after he wrecked out, he was spotting for me. Great help. So he did a really good job. He kept me informed when I was 2 laps down and what was around me. So hats off to David. He did a great job, and that really helped.
All right, so great sportsmanship being shown all around tonight. Jay, congratulations. Unofficially into the chase. We still have to do the competition committee meeting, but would ask you to stick around with us Probably going to only take about a half hour for this committee meeting just to make sure that all the points are right. And then we'll do an introduction to the DW12 chase contenders.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Right, Jay, and that's how you take one for the team, buddy. I dropped out of the chase just to make sure that you could make it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
All right.
I just pretended you were ahead of me all the time and I was chasing you. That's what the secret was.
All right.
There we go. Showing some team love there. Team Boots Brothers going to be represented. Congratulations, Jay. We'll let you get back up to the post-race drivers meeting. Or
okay,
unless you want to be in Garage 1 where I got you from.
You can move me up in the main room, but I want to thank Gary for there was no favoritisms called tonight. He called it the way he seen it. I got penalized, and that's the way it should be, whether you're teammates or not. It should be everything's across the board even, and Gary did a great job on it.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Jay.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that teammates or not, it doesn't make any difference at that point. Gary has always been about making everything even and above board, and he proved it tonight by the calls he made, with the one on me especially. So that's what I expect out of him. That's what he does. That's why we're teammates.
And that's why we're glad to have him up in race control.
Honestly, though, Jay, I got to say that one that I said that the race control needs to look at lap 130. I saw that as you went out wide and Mark went under you, and you didn't change your line, but Mark did, and we called it a racing incident. Tony saw it as you, and I'm not trying to say anything here, but the race control will look at that, and I hope they see that one car changed its line and the other one didn't. That's all.
Well, no matter, even if they don't, I mean, I started in the pits, so I started in the back and finished third, so I'm happy with the finish.
All right. Jay, we'll let you get back up to the post-race drivers meeting, and hopefully be talking to you in about a half hour after this broadcast ends.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
User was moved out of.
Hey, Tony.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I think we need to go somewhere and talk where we're not on stream here. Something very disturbing. Did you hear Mark Vega at the end of that race?
I did not, but that's something that can be brought up to the competition committee.
He was going off on Tyler for blocking, and then his exact words was, "That's why I took Alex out, because he was blocking."
Okay, that's
that one that we called on Alex. If I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to say I'm sorry, but we need to go back and look at that.
That's something we will discuss in the competition committee meeting, which will happen here momentarily. So unofficial results: Isaiah Dupree coming home with a win. Tyler Graff in second. Jay Anderson third. Bob Lacavara able to hold on for fourth.
You got an interview.
So.
I do.
And again, hi, Miss Betty Lou. Thank you for everything. Mark Vega currently sitting in fifth. Dominic Burns sixth. Johnny Antonucci seventh. Mike Whitaker eighth. Brad Truex ninth, and Chris Hamilton in 10th. So I believe that's going to do it. The RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge DW12 edition in the books. Drama all around. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to ask those of you that are viewing into the stream if you could join us in roughly a half hour. Just stay tuned to the channel. We will we'll have a fresh stream up with all of the chase contenders after it becomes official. Competition committee getting ready to meet here in a moment. So on behalf of Mr. Forrest Sparks, on behalf of Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, and on behalf of Mr. Excuse me. On behalf of Mr. Gary Bauer, this is Tony Trapasso saying, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We will see you in a half hour. If we don't see you in a half hour, remember we are off this Tuesday, so there will be no broadcast. However, we will be broadcasting Thursday live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as the Mazda Icebreaker Series gets to its season finale. So again, thank you for joining us. This has been a presentation of RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader in temp to hire. and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. Go to robertstechjobs.com for more information.